DeLacy Howard here with Third Movement. I wanted to do a video talking about elders and how talk about the lack of respect for our elders. Real quick, go to the channel. We got a new teaching video. We're talking about really the Christianity and explain like what it is to be a Christian. Okay, in this video, I want to talk about elders. We don't do a good job in Christianity, but as people in America of understanding the respecting our elders, or even understanding the ideal of treating your elders right. Most of our societies of the past was built on elders. You go to some of the African cultures, it was prided on family and then also elders, like showing respect to elders, like doing everything you can for elders. And I look at today's, and I want to talk about the church, and I see I don't see that respect anymore. I know when I came up, and it was. I'm not talking about respect from the point of if they tell you to do something, you do it, and you say yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am. No, I'm talking about from the point of really revering them, really understanding that they are our leaders. They're not able to lead in the way of being at the forefront, but they're able to lead in the way of having knowledge, having wisdom, and understanding beyond of anything that we can have at this moment. And right now we have a picture where we don't respect that. They can't. We live this Christianity and the world, God knows, but we live in Christianity in a way that I'm sorry about the camera and everything. I got it like weirded out or whatever. But we live in a way where we can't be told anything. Our elders don't have anything for us to say. It's almost a thing of just give them hugs, treat them softly, and move on. No, our elders have a lot to say. We're in a place where we don't understand that they want to impart wisdom, spiritual wisdom upon us. For me, I know when I'm making, especially when I'm making a spiritual decision, if I can find some elder, if I can find someone older to talk to about it and just gauge what they got to say about it and see what they got to say about it and let them pray over it for a while and everything. I mean, that's missing in our culture. Like that's one thing I want to promote in this ministry is the idea of let's get back to doing things the way it happened before we came because it was a reason why it was done that way. We doing things now different in the church and we see the way the church is going. But if we get back to the place where we can talk to our elders, one thing about our elders, have them have us more accountable with respect and not respect for the standpoint of the mushy stuff, yes ma'am and no ma'am, and giving them hugs and holding the door for them. But I'm talking about a different respect, a respect of if this elder say something, then we need to listen. Like how she or he has something to say, and I don't see that anymore. And as a young man, I'm only 30. I don't see people my age anymore even having that mindset of okay, let's have our elders play a big role, especially in ministry. Whether it be some ministry like what I'm doing online or ministry that God may call me for the future, elders are important in it. In the Bible in James chapter 5, I'm sorry, it's just coming off the top of my head, so I don't have it completely memorized, but it says that when you were hurt and in pain or something, you need something, you're going through something, you're supposed to go to the elders. You're supposed to be taken to the elders. Let them pray over you. Let them pray over the things that you're doing. And we have a picture of we don't have that in Christianity anymore. And I think that's something that we really need to develop. If you may be out there, saying, okay, I'm gonna do ministry, then you need to inside your ministry, you need to develop having elder leaders, not elder leaders in a way of being out front and doing all the work and everything. Young folk, that's what we're for. That's what we're to do. We're supposed to be out there in our youth right now, going out there and doing all the work. But in the decision making, it is important that we get back to our elders. We get back to the people of God that's been in the relationship with Jesus for a long time, who has seen things. Um, and I think another reason is we can't define elders no more. It's hard to define elders because you know we used to look at them as grandmas, but now grandmas are are in their 50s and 40s now. Like grandmas are young no more, so it's kind of hard to define elders now. But when I say elders, I'm talking about somebody who's been in the faith for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Someone who's been in the faith for a long time. They may not have had a big ministry, or they may not have had a big career inside the faith, but somebody that picture of somebody who's been warring it out for years in Christianity. That's one of the things that's one of the reasons why I think a lot of our young people, we don't go as far as we can, or we fail a lot quicker, is because we don't have that sense of eldership. We don't have that sense of talking to somebody before us, talk to the people that were before our time, and let them pass on knowledge. See, because knowledge is to be passed down. So you can't really gain knowledge by just going on the internet and clicking here and reading up this and all that. You can't gain that spiritual knowledge that comes with someone who's labored in the faith for a while and say, okay, don't go down that road because I've been down that road and this and that, this and that, this and that. This is the things that we need to push the new Christianity, push the Rechurch. Because I don't know if you guys seen the video I did on Rechurch. But the whole idea of pushing the next generation of Christianity and Christian leaders. I was talking to somebody, I was talking to an elder, someone who's been in the church 40 years. And I was telling them that, you know what, I do feel like it's time for the young folks to step up. But at the same time, I think it's some people inside the church that don't want to give up their post yet. And she began to tell me how when you focus on this for a long time, it's easy to get out of one season. It's hard to go from one season to another season and everything. And it's harder when you really don't think the next generation is ready. So it's a picture of, okay, I'm ready to go to the next step, but let's talk to our elders. Let's see if they see some holes inside of us. Or that person that's trying to stop you, he or she may be in the way. The generation before you, that may be time for them to step back and be in a different direction. They may be in the way, but we don't have that eldership to tell us, okay, man, you out of line, or okay, man, they out of line. You see what I'm saying? It's so much that the elders can bring, and I just pray you guys get back to that if you're even if something simple as you just a churchgoer, if you just you struggling with your Christianity, make sure you have an elder in your life that you can speak to, that can speak to different things in your life. It's huge, man. It's so huge to have. I just can't stress it enough. It's so huge to have someone who's been through this life that we're trying to live, be able to speak to that life. So I hope this video helped you. We're gonna be doing. I did a Google Hangout, and I want to do another Google Hangout sometime next Wednesday. And I go to Facebook.com. I'll go down in the description below, and you have everything you need to find out where you can be a part of it. Don't have really the ideal for what it is, but I do want to get the Bible involved, and I do want one of the things I want to start doing with this channel is making Christianity not fit our lives, but making a way where we can build Christianity around our lives that's going to talk to the things that we deal with. We're not people my age, 30 years old. We're not dealing with things that people with 30 years old were dealing with. We're dealing with things that's some different. So I want to try to help I want to try to help you find help in that with this Christianity. I don't want to say it's a new Christianity, but I mean it's a new wave of people. It's a new wave of ideas, and I think it's time for us with a new wave of ideas to step out there and really show our good ideas and how it can help people. So look down below. The Lace Out on Third Movement.